talking about 10 types of guys you should never marry. No confusing terms, just red flags you can spot right now. Stay till the end. Number 7 will definitely shock you. And number 10, maybe you've definitely seen this guy before. So, number 1, the it's always your fault guy. This guy, he certainly blames you for everything. Bad day? It's your fault. His mistakes? It's still your fault. So you definitely need to run. This guy will never take responsibility. Imagine dating a human blame tornado. His coffee spills? Your fault. He forgets his keys? Still your fault. The sky is cloudy? Somehow, still your fault. This guy twists every mess up into your problem because taking responsibility, not in his vocabulary. You'll spend your life apologizing for his mistakes, walking on eggshells to avoid his next meltdown. Now, the question is, do you need to marry him? Definitely, the answer is no. A partner who can't own their flaws will gaslight you into thinking you're the problem. So you definitely need to run. Your peace of mind deserves better than a lifetime of sorries for stuff you didn't do. Always remember, real love owns its mess. This guy, he throws it at you. Here's a short story of a shocking example. Your friend Sarah texts her boyfriend, Mark, "Hey, I'm working late tonight. Big presentation tomorrow." So Mark replies, "Of course you are. You care more about your job than me. No wonder I'm unhappy." So after receiving this text, Sarah then panics, cancels her work, and rushes home to fix things. But when she walks in, Mark's playing video games, ignoring her. She asks, "Are you okay?" He explodes, "Why are you mad at me? You're the one who's never here. You're making me act like this." So a week later, Sarah gets a promotion. Instead of celebrating, Mark sulks. "You only got it because you flirt with your boss. Now you'll abandon me too, right?" After hearing this from Mark, Sarah starts crying. Then he smirks while Sarah is crying and said, "See, you're too emotional. You ruin everything." The shocking twist? Mark totaled his car speeding to confront Sarah after she went out with coworkers. When she begged him to slow down, he yelled, "This is your fault. If you are not always lying, I would not have to chase you." The police report, he was actually drunk. So the lesson of this shocking example is this guy, these types of guys, twists reality until you believe his lies. He'll blame you for his cheating, his anger, and even his mistakes. You need to run. Number 2, the ghosting pro. This type of guy texts you nonstop for days, then suddenly vanishes. Poof, gone. Deserve someone who stays. So to elaborate about this ghosting pro guy, he is the type of guy who blows up your phone with jokes, with sweet texts, good morning texts, texts that may seem like he really cares about you, making you feel so wanted. But just as you start to relax, poof, radio silence. No explanation, no goodbyes. Here's the thing, love is not a magic trick. A guy who disappears when life gets real, he'll leave you guessing forever. You don't need a part-time partner who treats you like a maybe. Hold out for the one who texts and sticks around. Because real love, it does not ghost. Here's a shocking example of the ghosting pro guy. Picture this. Your cousin Lena meets Jake, a charming, perfect guy who texts her daily, plans dates, and even talks about marriage. After 6 months, he proposes with a ring, which actually she helped pay for it. Jake starts acting busy. He cancels cake tastings, ignores calls, and says, "You're overreacting. I'm just stressed." Then he vanishes. No texts, no calls. His Instagram deleted. His number disconnected. Lena's left with a $15,000 wedding bill, a dress she'll never wear, and a shattered heart. The kicker? Months later, Lena's friend spots Jake on a dating application, and his bio in the dating app says single and ready to settle down. When Lena confronts him with the fake profile, he replies, "My ex was crazy. She trapped me." So the lesson for this ghosting pro guy and this example is a ghosting pro will love bomb you, make you invest everything, then disappear when real commitment starts. He'll blame you for him being a coward. Best advice when you meet this type of guy is don't chase him, block him. Now let's go to number three. And number three is the empty promises guy. Usually, when you meet this type of guy, this guy will say, "I'll change, I promise. We'll get married soon." But his words actually mean nothing. Actions speak louder. Ever met someone who promises the moon, saying, "I'll change, I'll commit, I'll be better," but his actions scream, "Just kidding," which means his sweet words and promises are exactly the opposite of his actions. Here's the catch. This type of guys are smooth talkers. They sweep you off your feet with grand plans, forever dates, dream vacations, future kids. But when it's time to act, crickets. Excuses pile up like a laundry. Next year, when I'm ready, I swear, soon. Usually, these types of guys use these types of similar words to you. Why you ladies need to avoid this type of guy is he's a magician, making hope appear. Then he vanish. You're stuck in a loop of maybe while he reaps the perks of your loyalty. Love should not feel like chasing a ghost. The fix? Trust his actions, not his words. If he's all talk, you deserve a doer, not a daydreamer. Remember, words are easy, actions are real. A lifetime of maybes is not a love story. So, ladies, you need to stay sharp. You're worth more than pretty lies. So, a shocking example of this empty promises guy is I have a title for this. It's The Dream Home That Turned Into a Nightmare. Why you should never marry this empty promises guy. Picture this. A cozy living room with moving boxes and a couple laughing while unpacking. Meet Sarah and Jake, high school sweethearts. They just bought their forever home. Jake promised to handle the mortgage, the bills, everything. Sarah trusted him. After all, he'd always said, "I've got you." But 1 year later, Sarah opened an email and her world shattered. The email says, "Final notice, your home is in foreclosure." In the past, Jake is always charming to Sarah and always tell her, saying, "Don't worry about the bills, babe. I'll take care of it all." Going to the present time, Sarah is sobbing, holding stacks of unopened letters labeled past due. Jake had not paid the mortgage in 8 months. He'd hidden the letters, lied about his job, and maxed out her credit cards. Their dream home, Sarah's savings, wiped out. all because she believed his promises. Sarah then talks to herself, saying, I thought love meant trusting him. Always remember, love should not cost you your future. If he says he'll fix things, but he never does, you need to run. Don't end up like Sarah. A man who won't act on his words will drown you in debt, stress, and regret. You deserve more than I'll try. You deserve I did. Share this. It could save someone's life. This story is not just about money. It's about how empty promises erode trust, security, and love. And that's a truth no one can ignore. Now let's go to number 4. Number 4 is the jealous jailer. This means this is a guy who hates your friends, checks your phone, and tells you what to wear. That's not love, it's control. To further explain this, the jealous jailer guy, he'll call his jealousy love. I'm just protective, but it's really control. He monitors your phone, guilts you for seeing your friends, and acts like your life is his property. Why you should avoid these types of guys? He's a warden, not a partner. Over time, his care shrinks your world. You stop laughing, you stop dressing up, and you stop trusting yourself. Love should not feel like a cage. Real love trusts and cheers you on. You deserve a teammate, not a prison guard. Remember, jealousy is not passion, it's poison. Never trade your sparkle for his insecurity. You're meant to fly, not wrap around in his tiny, toxic cell. A shocking example for this, the jealous jailer guy, I put a title named The Locked Phone. Picture this. Sarah met Jake at a cafe. He was charming, opened doors, remembered her favorite coffee, called her the one after 2 weeks. But slowly, Jake's smile started to twist into something darker. One night, Sarah's phone buzzed. It was her coworker, Alex. Alex said, "Team lunch tomorrow?" Jake's eyes then turned icy. And he told or asked Sarah, "Who's Alex? Why is he texting you?" Sarah laughed it off. Just work stuff. But Jake did not laugh. The next day, Jake surprised her at the office. He glared at Alex. At home, he joked, "If I can't have you, no one will." After hearing this, Sarah's stomach dropped. Then later came the rules. Delete Instagram, men like your photos. Your sister hates me. Stop seeing her. Why do you need friends? You have me. Sarah's world then shrunk with his rules. Jake checked her texts, followed her to the grocery store, hid her car keys as a prank. One night, she forgot to charge her phone. Jake then exploded. "Who are you hiding from me?" He threw her phone against the wall, thus the phone shattered. The final straw, Sarah found a tracker on her car. Here's the shock. Jake actually did not love her. He loved owning her. Like a jailer, his jealousy was not passion. It was a prison. Sarah was not his partner. She was his hostage. Sarah left while Jake was at work. She took her broken phone, her car. She ripped out the tracker that was in her car and then never looked back. The moral of this example: don't marry a jealous jailer guy. Love does not lock doors, scream, or smash phones. Love trusts. And if someone hides your keys, run from him. The fifth one is the mama's boy. His mom picks his clothes, his job, and even your birthday gifts. You'll marry her, not him. So, ever dated someone who puts his mom on a pedestal above you, your plans, and your relationship? Here's the twist. He's sweet until his mom's opinion trumps yours. Mom says you should not have moved in yet. Mom thinks you're too loud. He's a grown man stuck in a permanent toddler phase. She picks his clothes, his job, and even your wedding cake flavor. Why you should run from this type of guy? Because he's married to his mom, not to you. You'll always be number two in your own marriage, begging for scraps of attention. Love should not feel like competing with his first girlfriend. The fix: set boundaries. If he can't cut the apron strings, cut him loose. You deserve a partner, not a mommy's co-star. Remember, a real man loves his mom, but loves you enough to stand on his own 2 feet. You're a queen, not a third wheel in his mommy's fan club. A shocking example with a title that says, The Wedding Vows His Mom Wrote. Picture this: Sarah's big day. White dress, roses, 200 guests. She's about to marry Jake, the guy who brought her coffee every morning, and called his mom to ask how much sugar to add. So here's the red flag she missed during the whole relationship. He took his mom on their weekend getaways and always says to Sarah, My mom loves hiking too. Second red flag is his mom accidentally texted Sarah with daily advice on how to cook Jake's favorite meals. The third red flag she missed is he let his mom pick Sarah's wedding dress while saying, My mom knows best. The shocker: during the vows, Jake's mom stands up, clinks her wine glass, and says, Wait, Jake, read the vows I wrote for you. Yours are not loyal enough. Jake then freezes. Then he pulls out a crumpled paper from his pocket, which is his mom's script. I promise to always put mom's lasagna above your cooking. Call her before making big decisions, and name our first child after her. So this is the sweet love message of Jake to Sarah. The crowd gasps. Sarah's dad spills the beverage that he was about to drink. The final straw. Sarah then whispers to Jake, saying, Jake, are you marrying me or your mom? He replies, Why can't I have both? Sarah then rips off her veil, hands him back the ring, and says, Go marry your mom. I'm out. 2 years later, Jake's still single. His mom now sleeps in his bed to keep him company. The moral of this shocking example is, if his mom's on your honeymoon itinerary, you need to run. You deserve a partner, not a hostage with a 3-way marriage with his mother. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 is the money moocher guy. He never pays for your dates, borrows cash, and cries broke, but buys himself fancy gadgets or fancy things. So ever dated someone who treats you like a wallet or like an ATM? Can you cover dinner? Loan me gas money. I'll pay rent. Next month, can you give me some money? Here's the scam. He's a human vacuum, sucking up your cash with puppy dog eyes. But when you need help, suddenly he's forgetting his wallet as always whenever you ask for help. Why you need to run away from these types of guys? He's a leech, not a lover. His tough times never end, and he'll drain your bank account and self respect. Love should not feel like a never ending loan. The fix demand fairness. If he's all take and no give, you need to walk and run away. And you deserve a partner, not a project. Remember, generosity is mutual. A man who loves you invests in us, not just Uber Eats. And always remember, you are a prize, not a paycheck. Here's a shocking example of the money moocher guy with the title of the $50,000 I Do Disaster. Imagine this. Emma meets Ryan. He's charming, drives a flashy car, takes her to fancy dinners, but every date ends the same way because Ryan forgot his wallet. Again, these are the red flags she ignored. He cried when she refused to co-sign his business loan, which is business loan of a jet ski. Next red flag she missed is he borrowed her credit card to buy her a birthday gift and then he just keeps the card. And the third red flag she missed, his emergency texts always ended with, "Can you give me some money? I'll pay you back next week, I promise." But sooner or later, he did not pay any of the money that he borrowed from her. The shocker, at their wedding, Emma's sister finds Ryan's phone open. Scrolling through texts, she sees Ryan to his buddy. "Don't worry, bro. Once we're married, her savings account is mine. Vegas trip next month, don't forget." So Emma confronts him. Then Ryan laughs while saying to her, "Relax, babe. What's yours is mine now, right?" The final straw is the priest asks, "Does anyone object?" Emma's dad stands up, saying, holding a stack of Ryan's unpaid bills, and shouts, "He's marrying her bank account, not my daughter." Then Ryan turns pale. The crowd starts chanting, "Show the receipts! Show the receipts!" as Emma's dad projects Ryan's $50,000 debt on the wedding screen. Emma then rips off her heels, chucks her bouquet at Ryan, and yells, "Here's your last loan. Run!" Ryan's now living in his jet ski business, which is actually a rusty trailer. Emma bought a beach house with the money he'll never pay back. Number 7, the one I told you from the introduction that will shock you, is the toxic flirt guy. He flirts with everyone, even your best friend. It's just a joke. No, it's disrespect. So ever dated someone who thrives on attention? Yours and everyone else's attention? "It's just harmless fun," this guy usually says like that, while winking at the waitress, sliding into DMs, or jokingly flirt with your friend. He's a confetti cannon of compliments. "You're my soulmate." One minute, "She's just a work wife." The next, he'll gaslight you for calling out his boundary bonfires. "You're too sensitive. Can't I be friendly with all of them?" Why you should run away from this type of guy? He's a thirst trap, not a partner. His charm is a power play. He needs constant validation to feel alive. Love should not feel like competing with strangers for scraps of loyalty. The fix? Value your peace. If he can't respect your heart or your boundaries, drop him. You deserve a safe space, not a walking red flag. Remember, flirting is not fun if it hurts. A real partner cherishes you, not the crowd. Always remember as well, you are a masterpiece, not a backup option. Here's a shocking example of the toxic flirt guy with a title that says, The vows he sent to 7 women. Picture this, it's Mia's wedding day. Sunset Beach, golden sand, 100 guests. She's about to marry Alex, the guy who gave her butterflies with his poetic texts. That she later realized he copied it from Pinterest. So these are the red flags that she just ignored or brushed off. First red flag is he accidentally called her his ex name during sweet moments and says, "Oops, sorry, it's just because you just remind me of her." Next red flag is he slid into her best friend DMs 2 weeks before the proposal. And then when Mia found out, Alex says, "Oh, I was just testing your loyalty." Third, his phone was full of work contacts, naming Jen with a kiss emoticon, Lola with a flower emoticon, and Sophie with a hot fire emoticon. The shocker is mid-ceremony, Mia's phone buzzes. A stranger message that says, "Congrats, Alex sent me the same vows last month. Want proof?" And after that, Mia received a bunch of screenshots of Alex's messages to 6 other women saying, "You're my soulmate. Let's run away together. I'll leave Mia for you. Just say the word." After seeing the screenshots and the messages, Mia's hands shook. She turned to Alex and growls, "How many soulmates you have?" The final straw is Alex smirks at her and says, "Babe, flirting is just my personality. You knew that." So the officiant whispers, "Should I keep going?" Mia grabs the mic and says, "Let's play a game. If you've slept with Alex, stand up, please." And surprisingly, 5 women rose. The groom's mom then faints. After this incident, Mia hurls her bouquet to Alex and snaps, "Here's your harem," and speed dials a divorce lawyer on her way to the open bar. Fast forward the story. Alex into Instagram bio now says, "Still single, but every comment section roasts him, saying, 'Lol, LOL, seen this guy on Tinder.'" The moral of this story is, if his love feels like a group project, dump the distributor. Dump him. You are a priority. Remember that, not an option. Now let's go to number 8. Number 8 is the anger volcano. One small argument and he explodes, yelling, slamming doors. Love should not scare you. Ever dated someone who's sweet 1 second, then explodes over nothing? While saying to you, "Why did you text him? The food is cold. You're so ungrateful," and so on and so forth. He's a pressure cooker. Tiny triggers, like wrong emojis, a late reply, make him erupt into rage. Apologies? You made me do it. He'll blame you for his meltdowns while acting like a wounded hero. Why you should run away from him? He's a walking landmine. His temper is not passion. It's control. You'll shrink yourself to avoid setting him off, trading your peace for his chaos. Love should not feel like a hostage situation or negotiation. The fix? Protect your peace. If he won't fix his fuse, leave. You deserve a safe haven, not a human grenade. Remember, anger is not strength. It's fear in a scary costume. Real love feels calm, not chaotic. You must remember also that you are a garden, not a battlefield. Run before his lava burns your shine. A shocking example with a title that says, "The cake he smashed, not the fun kind." Picture this: Lily's wedding day, buttercream frosting, soft music, 150 guests. She's about to marry Dan, the guy who swore he'd work on his temper after he punched a hole in their wall during an argument over pizza toppings. Here's the red flags she missed and she ignored. First, he screamed at the waiter for bringing lemonade instead of soda, and then validates his temper by saying it's about respect. Second red flag is he jokingly crushed her phone when she got a text from her brother, but validates it with who's really messaging you. And the third red flag she missed and ignored is his road rage was so bad, even Uber drivers canceled on him. So during the cake cutting, Dan's best man accidentally brings out the red velvet cake instead of chocolate. When this happened, Dan's face turned purple. He grabs the cake knife, stabs the dessert, and roars, "You ruined everything!" The crowd then screams as the frosting flies. Lily's veil was even splattered with icing, then whispers to Dan, saying, "Dan, it's just a cake." Then he hurls the knife at the wall, missing her mom's head by inches, and yells, "Don't tell me to calm down." So Lily freezes. Then she rips off her $2,000 dress, tosses her bouquet into the wrecked cake, and says, "Marry your anger, I'm done." Dan's now banned from 3 therapy offices. Lily adopted a golden retriever named Peace and runs a TikTok series. And her TikTok series is titled "How to Spot a Volcano Before It Erupts." The moral of this shocking example is, if his passion looks like a horror movie, dodge the explosion. Love should not leave bruises. Number 9 is the lazy liar guy. He lies about little things. For example, saying, "I gym every day," and big things like, "I'm single." Trust will be gone. So ever dated someone who can tell the truth or even lift a finger? "I'll clean the garage," but actually never does. "I was stuck in traffic," but actually he was gaming on the couch. That's why he was late. "I'll change, I swear," but actually he did not. Here's the trick. He's a couch potato con artist, feeding you fibs to dodge responsibility. Need help? He's suddenly busy. Catch him lying? And then he says, "You're overreacting." His talent? Turning excuses into an Olympic sport. Why you should run away from this type of guy? He's a black hole for your energy. You'll waste years chasing honesty and effort, while he recycles empty words like a garbage day. Love should not feel like babysitting a grown-aged toddler. Trust your gut. You deserve a truth teller, not a Netflix and lie machine. Remember, laziness plus a bunch of lies equals a lifetime of nope. Always remember, you're a diamond. Don't let a dusty liar dull your shine. Tracking example with a title that says, "The Wedding He Never Planned." Picture this: Maria's wedding day. Sunflowers, fairy lights, 100 guests. She's about to marry Ben, the guy who promised he'd handle everything, but secretly did nothing. Here's the red flag she ignored. First, he forgot to book the venue, and even twice. In the end, Maria's mom paid last minute. Second, he lied about applying jobs. and it was for 6 months duration. But his resume was actually just a meme folder. He slept through cake tastings, even their own engagement photo shoot. So at the altar, Maria asks Ben, "Did you write your vows?" He smirks and says, "Relax, babe. I'll wing it." But when the priest asks Ben, he freezes, then says, Maria's great. Can we eat now?" The crowd then gasps after Ben says this. Maria's face drops with shame and humiliation. Maria then whispers, "Did you even try to care?" Ben just shrugs and says, "Weddings are just your thing. I just showed up." Then Maria's phone buzzes with a notification that says, a $5,000 spent on gamerfuel.gg. It's a gaming website, which actually it's Ben's secret account, gaming account. Maria then rips off her veil, shoves the receipt in Ben's face, and yells, "Marry your video games. I'm done." So fast forward the story. Ben's now couch surfing. Maria then bought a dog and named Hustle and runs a TikTok series. And the TikTok series title is "How to Spot a Lazy Liar Before He Ruins Your Life." The moral of this example and story is, if his biggest effort is lying about effort, run faster than his excuses. You deserve a partner, not a project. Number 10 is the mirror man. He copies your hobbies, your dreams, and even your style. But it's all fake. One day, he'll switch up. So ever dated someone who's obsessed with his own reflection and says, "Check out my new gym picture. Let me tell you about my promotion." Again, he's a human selfie. Every chat revolves around his wins, his drama, and his needs. Share your thoughts, he'll yawn and get bored with it, then goes back to his favorite topic about himself. So why you should run away from this type of guy? He's a vanity vortex, not a partner. You'll fade into his shadow while he soaks up his own admiration. Love should not feel like a one-sided TED Talk where you're just the audience. Shine brighter elsewhere. If he can't see past his own ego, smash the mirror. You deserve a cheerleader, not a narcissist. Remember, you are the main character, not a background extra. Real love is a two-way mirror. You both deserve to be seen. And always remember, you're a sunrise, not his bathroom spotlight. Here's a shocking example of the mirror man type of guy with a title that says, "The Vows He Stole from Himself." Picture this, Emma's wedding day. Glittering chandeliers, roses, 150 guests. She's about to marry Noah, the guy who loved taking selfies more than saying "I love you." Here's the red flag she ignored and she missed. First, he spent hours styling his own hair for dates, but forgot her birthday. Second is, he turned every conversation to a TED Talk about his own life, his own job, his gym gains, and how he is a genius. Third is, he bought himself a $2,000 watch as an engagement gift and gave Emma only a coupon. So during the vows, Noah whips out his phone, live streams the ceremony, and says, "I'm so grateful to marry the most stunning person, and it's me." He then pans the camera to his face and winks. The crowd stares. Emma's bouquet slipped from her hands with humiliation and shame. Emma then whispers, "Noah, this is our wedding." Then he snaps, "Relax, babe. My followers need this content." Then Emma's sister shouts, "Check his Instagram." The guests gasp. Noah's bio says, "Single, living my best life." After hearing this, Emma yanks off her veil, snatches Noah's phone, and posts, "Newly single. P.S. Don't date this guy. She then drops the mic and walks out. Fast forward the story, Noah's now a meme, hashtag forever alone, while Emma married a wildlife photographer who never uses filters. The moral of this story and shocking example is if he loves the mirror more than you, shatter the illusion. You're a person, not his spotlight. So before we finish, here's a bonus red flag. And it is the I'll change for you guy. Ever heard of this one? Or have you met this type of guy? Always remember, you're perfect as you are and don't shrink for anyone. So imagine meeting a guy who swears he'll quit his bad habits, fix his flaws, or become the partner you deserve if you just stick with him. Sounds romantic, right? But actually, this is wrong. This guy is not a project. He's a promise that never gets delivered. He'll say, I'll stop lying, I'll be more responsible, or I'll treat you better, I promise. But weeks, months, or years, all of those things or promises were never done by him. He'll always be the same guy, and it will leave you exhausted. Very exhausted, waiting for a version of him that will only exist in your hopes, not his actions. Here's the truth. Love should not feel like a renovation. If he's not already showing up as the person you need, not the one you hope he'll become, he's not your forever guy. You deserve someone who's already ready, not someone who makes you their personal fix-it workshop. So you better run, don't remodel. Here's a shocking example. The title that says, The Vows He Never Meant. Picture this, Sophie's wedding day, soft music, white roses, 120 guests. She's about to marry Josh, the guy who'd swear he'd change, but actually never did. Here's the red flags she believed she missed and ignored. First, he promised to quit gambling after losing all of her savings, while saying, One last bet, babe. Promise, I'll win. Second, he swore he'd stop flirting with strangers, but actually he did private messaged her cousins while saying, for validation, I'm just being friendly. And third, he vowed to get a job, then played video games in his pajamas while she worked overtime. So at the altar, Josh pulled out 2 vow books. One is for Sophie and one titled My Real Plans. I promise to keep pretending I'll change until you stop asking. The crowd gasps and is very shocked of what he said. Sophie's dad then stands and yelled, Is this a joke? Then Sophie whispers, You said you'd try. Josh then shrugs, saying, Babe, you knew who I was. You wanted a project. Then Sophie's phone buzzes with a notification that says, $500 spent on datingsite.com. And with that notification is Josh's secret profile on that dating application. Sophie then chucks her bouquet at Josh and snaps, Marry your lies. I'm done fixing you. So fast forward is Josh is now living in his mom's basement, still working on himself, while Sophie married a teacher who kept his promises on their first date even. Moral of the story is, if he changes only when you cry, leave him. You're a partner, not a rehabilitation center. Ladies, you deserve a love that's easy, not exhausting. Share this with every woman you care about. It's a game changer. So comment below, which red flag have you seen? Always remember, you're worth more. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a dose of wisdom. Until then, let's get wise. See you next time.